if you are sitting on the sidelines waiting, you're just going to pay more for the same house in the future, and that may net cost you more over the long run. Is just going to cost you more money. And so there is no benefit to waiting, especially if you think rates are going to come down anytime soon. It is 2025, and if becoming a homeowner or maybe buying an investment property or a second home is in your plan for this year, here are 3 things that you got to do starting now to make that a reality in 2025. So the first one is, this has been the same forever when you're talking about buying real estate, but you should choose a real estate agent. The reason this has changed is things have changed since the middle of 2024. And now you have to have a signed contract in place with a real estate agent as a buyer before you can tour property or before you can get any professional advice from them. And so now you really want to take the time and be deliberate and do this early and choose the right person who can help you achieve your real estate goals. And so you want to make sure that you don't just pick somebody off the internet or your cousin's friend, and you actually do an interview and find out more about their business model. Do they operate as a solo agent? Do they have a team that supports them? What does their availability look like? What does their experience look like? You really want to know, do they have the skill set and availability, right? Are they available when you need them to be, or do they have an assistant that can help you? Because that is a big part of the real estate industry today, is just service level agreements and making sure that you understand what your expectations are of them, and they understand what your expectations of their expectations of you are. So this is something that you want to start really early in the process and be deliberate about it. Interview some folks and make sure that you make a good choice, and don't wait till you want to see a property this weekend and just choose anybody. So start that process early, be deliberate about it, conduct interviews, and make sure you feel very comfortable about the person you're hiring, because you are committing to compensate them when you hire them, even though in most cases sellers are still offering to contribute towards that compensation. You want to enter into a contract and make sure you feel very, very good about it. So that's the first one, is choosing a real estate agent, but doing it deliberately, not the old way. The second thing is you want to get a solid recommendation from that real estate agent on a lender. If you're going to need financing to make this purchase, you want to make sure you start that process early and meet with a lender who can help you develop a plan based on your situation and what your goals are to achieve them. If you're a first-time home buyer and you have no idea about the process, you want to make sure that you understand what your down payment is going to be, what your monthly expenses look like, and take into account what all of the numbers are, because maybe if you are not ready today, they can help you build a plan to be ready in 6 months. If you're looking to do an investment property, same thing. You may need to move some money around, pay off some debt, do some different things. And you want to come up with a plan and make sure that you have a deliberate process in place to get to where you want to go. And you want to start now talking to that lender and letting them examine your finances, figure out what programs work best for you, what programs are available, maybe start paying down some debt, save for a down payment, talk to you about rates. You know, how do rates affect the pricing today versus the future, and all of those different types of things. There's a lot that goes into it. And if you wait till last minute and you rush, you may miss something or not pick somebody who has the skill set of programs that you need to achieve your goals. So that's step number 2, is consult with a lender that is recommended by your realtor, because they're going to need to work closely together to help you, especially in today's market. And you want to make sure that they have that relationship and that understanding, so they're both rowing in the same direction towards your goals. And step number 3, and this is the biggest piece of advice that I have this year for someone looking to buy property, no matter what type it is don't wait for interest rates to come down. People have been waiting for 2 years for interest rates to come down. In the meantime, the median price of property has gone up 10%. We don't see any end in that happening. So if you are sitting on the sidelines waiting, you're just going to pay more for the same house in the future, and that may net cost you more over the long run than any money saved by a lower interest rate. So you want to get in the game now. There's no reason to wait going forward. All of the experts and pundits and people that do these projections believe that rates are going to stay about the same. They may come down a little bit this year, but there's not going to be some huge drop to 3% or 2% anytime soon. And so waiting for that is just going to cost you more money. Just to put it in context, if you bought a $500,000 house 2 years ago, today it's worth $550,000 or more. So you're going to pay $50,000 more for the house, and the interest rate has not come down any. And so if that continues to be the case going forward, and we see 5 or 6% appreciation every year, the cost of that home increasing can far outweigh the cost of any money that you save with a lower interest rate. You can never change the price of the home initially. You can always refinance an interest rate in the future. And so there is no benefit to waiting, especially if you think rates are going to come down anytime soon. So just if now's the time and you're ready and your realtor thinks it's a good idea and your lender says you have the money to do it, you should absolutely do it now and not wait. It's never too early to start. You should never feel like you're bothering anybody or wasting their time. That's what we do, is advise and educate and help you build a plan to reach your goals. And so start early, don't wait to the last minute, and you may be surprised by the results based on what an examination of your finances and your plan are. You may get some good advice and it may change your direction or maybe move up your timeline, but you want to start early and have that conversation to give you the maximum opportunity to have the best number of opportunities to achieve your goals. So if you want to get started or you have any questions about this or anything else Hawaii real estate related, you can always reach out, Dylan@bigisland.com, or there's always a link in the description below to my calendar. You can book a meeting right into it and we'll have a discussion. And as always, thanks for watching. These are your 3 steps to becoming a property owner in 2025. I'll see you guys next week. Aloha.